Going to kill orcs. Hoping I can pick up the orc armor, unique or orc armor on the way there. I think I know where it is, but I don't really have the perception to spot it. So, crapshoot. There's 3 totems and each has a grave. I think dug up one. I'm pretty sure the last one is somewhere here, maybe there. But I can't spot even these. I was thinking I can increase my perception a little bit. I'm hoping maybe I could use summon creature to spot it. Not sure how much their perception value is. So unless they can spot these, there's no use for them. Yep, cannot spot them. I wonder if there's a alternative way to just pick them up. I mean, I literally know where these would be. Just something just actually spotted. Is a shovel an item of some sort? A weapon, maybe? What would it technically be? It doesn't seem to be in any of the minor categories. Still have the oil barrel. How do you use this? There we go. Water resistance new clock. Decent armor, not useful for us though. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's not here, it's in this section somewhere. I'm gonna dig around a little bit, unless I can spot it. I don't think I can, but might as well give it a try. There's nothing to lose.
Summon undead warrior.
No such luck. There aren't that many locations here, so I'm gonna dig around a little bit.
All that digging and there's nothing here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is something here though. It's about the area of this size, the amount, so I'm not sure I'll find it.
All that digging and there's nothing here.
There's definitely something here. There we go. Has the 2 shields. Isn't he good though? The armor, the helmet is a piece of crap. Actually, no, it's not. The armor reading isn't good, but it has perception bonus and initiative bonus and sight bonus, just so you can see further away. It's not that great though, and the armor is +1 strength. I wouldn't use it, but it's valuable. So I'm guessing this sort of level of armor would be adequate here. This should have a minefield, and I'm not spotting any. That's a little bit worrying. Does anyone in the summon league has exceptionally high perception value? I would definitely want to go for those. I'm like 100% sure there's a minefield here. And no spotting? Okay, this is worrisome. I guess we can do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, definitely nice.
These footprints are enormous. What kind of behemoth could have made them?
Large footed anything. They're typical level 6 trash, so something we've already fought quite a few times. That's a caster. Elite Shaman. Fire immunity aura. So it needs to die first, otherwise this is gonna be trouble. There's a lot of fire we can use, but not as long as it's there. Okay. We're gonna go invisible, go past them and see where we'll end up.
Conceal me.
We could electrify this. That help things. It's a very weak shaman, I mean. Well, it seems to have a decent amount of armor, so weak is sort of relative here.
I strike from the soul of air.
I think I might be better off saving my points. I don't want to get rid of the electrical effects under any situation. Yeah. Still mostly stunned. So I don't want to use air elemental. When it dies, it'll cause this surface to electrify.
I invoke breeze and bluster, gust and gale.
It'll act after everything though. So we have to do something about the elite shaman no matter what. How about there's nothing I can really do. Everything I do will screw me over, it's the same. I need more action points. Or willpower.
Trade willpower.
And we failed because we had only 70% chance of success. Okay. I think we're gonna have to take a risk. I'm going to get stunned here too, but I need to try to disrupt the elite shaman. Yep, didn't work. First things first, I need you to come back to the water with us. Then we'll shock everything. Wasn't that fun? Not much I can do. Everything should electrify now. Thank you very much. Ah, okay. What a little bit odd there for a while. The thing is, they haven't really taken all that much damage yet, so by no means are we in a safe position. I'm protecting my own ass from electricity, and yeah, it failed to apply. Jesus Christ. Terrible luck this time. Our intelligence isn't particularly low either. We could raise it a little bit with an item, I think, but it's mostly going to have to stay where it is. This is bad. They're just stunned, they haven't really taken any damage. And more stun. Well, they bought me time. This will not last. Don't have damage bonuses anymore either. Don't want to summon anything because they'll get shocked too. Can't protect them from getting shocked. Well, if I use a scroll I could. What's the range on this thing? 5 meters. I need to start getting something going over. We'll get stunned very likely. Doesn't matter. I'll use a scroll to save his ass. Question is, what are we gonna do now? Yeah, no more shocking. There we go. He's stunned, bleeding, he will die. We don't have to do anything about him anymore. However, that doesn't really solve a lot of things. We have a little bit of time thanks to the stunning, but only a little. We need damage, and I can't really do damage. Do a scroll or grenades? Not sure which one would be best at this point. Probably grenades. These don't offer all that much. It has to be anything but fire. Alternatively, a lot of fire. And there are a lot of oil barrels around, aren't they? Did I just throw one around? Throw it too far away. I think I'll save my action points. Do teleportation. It'll drop. No, I don't think we should do a goddamn thing. I think we should, not something like that at least, what we should do is start basically blasting things. We just need something to trigger that. Right, then we can trigger them further and further and further. The more time they give me, the more I can have some heavy hitting spells ready for them. Ranger is dead. Might not know it yet, but he's dead. I think I'll spread some oil around. I'll spread some more all around. So things have changed again. They give me a little bit of time, I can change things again. So a stun fire combination to keep things under control, that's more or less our secret here. Still need a little bit of time, but I think we're doing okay. They're not in good shape anymore. Stay there. Not much I can do. See if the orc does something. The orc did something. Not enough though.
You play with fire.
I don't particularly want to use the rest of the oil barrels. I think there's a harder fight coming along soon. I'd like to be able to use the barrels there if I can. There's some kind of gigantic orcus be making these footprints. We have to deal with that. Ooh, there's air essence. Water essence. Okay. Doesn't really matter which. Elemental essence, good food
I
item.
needed that.
I suppose we could loot something else in the meantime. Also, I'm taking another barrel with me.
Another piece of trash.
It's not a piece of trash. Maybe more. Getting heavy to carry around. We would like to... they're not all that vulnerable to fire, but if you have a decent field of fire, you could still cause a lot of trouble on them. Starfish. Okay. Is there something here? There could be the smoke. Should obfuscate anything. For the most part, it looks like I think we got the important stuff anyway. So moving on. There's probably mines here. I'm trying to follow the footsteps, hoping that there aren't any mines there. Ooh. We have ooze, water, oil, and roll back to fearsome. Their fire resistance will drop dramatically if they burn, so maybe around 10%. Even if it's not as high as it could be, it's still useful. We need elemental attacks, their armor is ridiculous. There's probably a spellcaster somewhere. There we go. Shaman has to die first if at all possible. So it looks like we have a couple of choices here. We could try the same tactic as we tried here. Water. Alternatively remove the water entirely, one or the other. There's a little bit of oil there already. There's another oil barrel there. So if we would use an ooze barrel. Ooze and fire is catastrophic. Now I don't think they resist poison too well. Right. So a poison ooze field plus fire on top of that would do a massive amount of damage. We would have to go invisible to orchestrate things. The ooze barrel would be our opening shot, more or less. Alternatively, plant things here and there. I need to see if getting rid of the water barrel would make complicated
Light
things.
as a feather.
It'll counter the any other surface I create. I need to get rid of it. The others at least do damage. The oil here is sort of okay, not great. But we would like these to move a little bit. Invisibility would allow me to do that. And we'll pick the ooze itself and use it as a projectile. No, it's actually fine there. We can go somewhere here and just throw it. Alternatively, go Grulbark the Fearsome and just charm it. I don't think that'll last, but they'll use their based abilities to disable it. Then we can follow up with throwing some barrels at it. Right, I don't want to carry multiple barrels. One is more than enough. There's no way I can get any of... no, we have to carry them. Otherwise, there's no way I can reasonably get them anywhere close to them. Okay, I think our opening shot at charming Gulbach the Fearsome might be a good thing. I'm not sure what our chances of success are though, so I don't want to bank on that too much. Might not work. What's the chance? It's around 30%, I'd say. It's not a good strategy. We lower his willpower first, that might be more reasonable, but at that point I still can't do all that much. And willpower lowering is much cheaper. No, it's not that much cheaper. Not with us. He's using range damage and begins the fight. Dark Avenger, what the fuck does that mean? Fear, doesn't matter. Okay, what is Dark Avenger? The more dead allies... Okay, I don't care about that crap. His willpower is low, so this could last a while. If I would have waited a little bit, I'd have gone invisible. How many action points do I have? I think I'll try to haze myself and just wait to see what happens.
Nimble as a fox.
Yeah, it didn't work. Thumbs their ally. Is that all? They're probably going to do more damage to it than I could have ever done now. And they're wasting their specialty arrows too. And he's no longer charmed, which is more or less what I expected. He's still out of the fight, poison, sweat and all that. Yeah. That's more or less it, yes.
Homegrown hotness!
Stun, poison, burning. A little bit of a visual line of sight protection for us too. Could have gone better, but I don't think we're in a bad spot. There's too much water here though. I need to get rid of the water surface one way or another. And reading potion. Still in fairly good shape. Well, I'm gonna need some help. I don't care who you attack, but attack something. We go with rollback the fearsome. No, I'm going to get more area of effects up there. Oil, so it replaces the surface. Question is what now? I'd like to rule back the fearsome to be played out the fight sooner rather than later. He has poison and if he moves probably fire on me. So what I would really need to do is just do a little bit of something to him. I'm not sure I can. Not without screwing myself over too. But I'll try something, I guess. This would have to be very accurate, this not so much. Easily hit the orc in front of us though. Yep, fuck. All around miss. Didn't hit our target, but didn't hit that orc either. Well, that was terrible. We need to do something. The incoming damage is just way too high. Not enough to kill it. It was enough to kill it. Excellent. I still have action points to get away from here. Ooh, there's a minefield here though. Gotta keep that in mind. Okay, not bad. We'll see how eager they are to chase me. Not that eager. I think I'll do nothing right now. We'll start doing offensive actions next turn. Yeah, lightning attacks in this environment are a bit risky to him too. There's so much blood and water that you can't help but getting friendly fire. Which is not necessarily a terrible thing. We have summoned creatures we could throw their way? Not really. I'm inclined to just wait and let him come to me. More water is not gonna help, but I need to throw a smoke grenade or something so they can't just stand there and shoot at me. They have to commit to something. Right, he won't be a problem for a turn or two. His chance to resist stun is so low, I don't really have to worry about him. That'll act as a decent decoy. Yeah, I'm going to make sure that that heal is going to be the one thing that kills that orc now. One of you has to die. Please work. Yeah. He's getting some healing and being stunned, and the heal will kill him. I wish I had an instant heal ability I could dump on him. The fighter has it, but Need to purchase it if I get the chance.
The air itself.
Shaman alone left. Don't believe it matter what we do at this point.
You play with fire, you get burned.
Get burned, get shot, get whatever. Yeah, I think the heal is now enough that it would kill him. One enemy left. Failed. We removed the stun though. We just couldn't make him immune to stuns. So that's an interesting difference there. Didn't really realize that's even possible. See if I can get something out of that. No, the spider is gonna be wasted no matter what. Just kick your own ass. We'll summon an undead fire skeleton to deal with the shaman. This is more or less just to force the shaman to deal with the spider instead of me. Now we can ignite that.
Back on my feet again.
Oil itself is not enough though. It'll make his movement a little bit tougher. And certainly ignite his ass now. Explosion from the barrel could also be very damaging. He stunned my ass. I'm not sure any of that is necessary though. He's about to die anyway, so if we just throw some kind of damage at him, it's gonna be over. And he's escaping. And healing. Ah, for God's sakes. Wait. He's not escaping.
The higher I throw, the harder the fall.
I'm certainly not using electricity to attack him though. I'll just, with my luck, I'll stun my own guys and he's not gonna get stunned.
Infernal embrace.
Okay, nice little fighting happened here. Didn't go at all how I envisioned it, but what else cares? Victory is a victory. And I like the charm ability as an opening shot more and more. It's not a good choice in a lot of situations. The problem is everyone's so resistant to it that there's a good chance it only lasts for the turn I shoot it at. So, and then no one is gonna give a crap about it. If it's a target that has high initiative, that could mean that the first time the enemy has a chance to do something, the target is no longer even charmed. So it has its problems. Did I miss any notable loot? No, a couple of corpses maybe. Now, this could be a minefield, but at the same time I don't think it particularly matters. I'll survive a single mine easily. Unless it's some kind of lava attack. Right. Not bad. Is equipment in still good shape? Not really. A lot of explosions, a lot of getting beaten up. Weapons are indestructible. Terrible loot recently. Almost no magical items. Gather your party before when. You son of a bitch. Rarely this happens though.
Striking it rich!
This is why we keep the secondary guy constantly next to a portal. So if the need arises, we can lay our hands on it, on her very easily.
I know what I'm
Sure, you know a lot of things. There should be an orc undead fight a little bit forward. We want to take part of it. Milk as much experience out of that fight as possible while doing
Looks like
absolutely
someone
nothing.
or something was a step ahead of us regarding the orcish problem. A static pit! There's got to be a way to cover up the source.
Bloody claws. Huge claws. Curse the pirate. You'll never give up.
Okay, are you gonna drop your item or what?
Treasure!
Treasure indeed. We want to take part in this fight. We want... Oh, don't come after me. I want to do damage to both sides, so that way I can get experience from kills of both sides, without actually having to kill anything. We'll support the side who is losing. There's some kind of a fire immunity board there. I'm not sure which one is winning. So this might be a longish fight because I don't want to be in a situation where they all pay attention to me. So we just want to hurt. Actually, we probably want to hurt a skeleton and an orc that basically go invisible and wait it out. Might not be an option, but that's the plan. And surely nothing at all will go wrong with this wonderful plan. Detailed plan. Yeah, they're all hostile. No problem there. Maybe a summoned creature. It's easy to wipe out and could easily also get up a couple of hits here and there. All it really has to do is more or less hit the target that I can't hit with a spell or something along those lines. We also have it destroy the fire ward. So any attack should hit the undead. Maybe a plain old grenade. No, we're way too far away. The casualties will start to pile up quickly, so I do need to attack something. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get experience for anything here, unless I do an attack. I certainly need to be part of the fight itself. I know that much.
Don't you long for sweet release?
Okay, we can do an easy damage to the orc.
Death upon thee, greenskin! I'll cut thee in twain!
Not sure what the orc is doing. It's giving 3 attacks. Okay, I'm gonna kill this elite orc, which means the skeleton has to attack another skeleton before it dies. I don't really care about the fire ward, not really. Naturally we want to get rid of it, but I think I'll just throw some kind of grenade that does damage to both sides. It'll take care of this business. They're immune to fire, very likely. They're not immune to it. They are resistant to it. I think it's mostly... what the I'm not sure what exactly does it do. Yeah, it provides fire immunity, but I think only to the shaman.
May the gods curse the mother that bred thee! May the gods curse the mother that bred thee!
Okay, less dialogue, people. The fight is taking forever. Hell. Thanks for coming by.
Shocking touch!
Shocking.
The living versus
I've done
the
damage
dead.
to both now.
Yet these orcs will find no ally in
And now there is a room full of skeletons that join the fight. Okay, did not see that coming. Which means we definitely should focus on the undead then. How about invisibility? That could be nice. Yeah, we definitely have to take a side at this point. Also, there's some kind of a totems exploding here. I was wondering what the red thing is. We need to side with the orcs. Yeah, let's just run. Still want the fireboard gone.
Skelly scared. You can't protect the bloodstone forever, dry bones.
Allah, pull every last rotten tooth from your skull, blood!
Couple skeleton's dead. Are you gonna drink a potion attack? No, not doing that. These orcs will be killed. If they have these 5 skeletons here and the what 4 additional ones coming, or 5 additional ones, this is gonna be turned into a catastrophe. So yeah, gotta level up. 1 man leveled up to level 8. Might have to go shopping. This wouldn't be a bad idea because I'm desperately looking for an equipment upgrade at this point. And there's 2 shitty troopers left. And it's taking forever to do anything here. There's so many undead. So I'm thinking of just burning the couple they have there. They're 2 levels below me now, so I should be fairly effective against them. Yeah, I'm thinking by the time my turn comes, there's no orcs alive here. 1 orc. Yeah. This is gonna be amazing. I don't necessarily have to act, but I have to act. It's gonna get worse and worse and worse after I don't. I don't want to attack the orc by accident, so this could go anywhere.
Easy to make, hard to escape.
Got the ones I wanted. A lot of fire weakness.
Feel the dragon's claw!
I have no idea what the fuck that was about. Ah, the shaman is still alive. Okay, I thought it was dead. Well, live and learn. It's the last orc pretty much alive here. I don't want to attack it until the rest of the skeletons are dead. Probably going to heal his own ass, maybe summon something. Looks like the reinforcement skeletons don't really have anything, all that many usables that they can throw into the fight. So it would be mostly okay if we don't screw up spectacularly somehow. But we have to get into mind game that this might not end anytime soon. There's just so much fighting in the town. The bowman is gonna be blind, so it can't attack for a while. Not sure if it's the best target for us to attack then either. I could spread the fire a little bit here.
Oh, they make a pretty ornament, this too.
The orc will definitely die. We're not in a bad position. They have to come fairly high here before there's line of sight. So if I move a little bit to the side, they're going to have to go through fields of fire to reach us. I think okay, grenade. A bottle of flask of oil. Usually you don't see that. Mainly because it's not a good thing to do. You're the one who burn easily. I mean, are you kidding me? You do understand how this is going to work. I'm going to slaughter you if there's oil around. Maybe they know something I don't. Like, take the fire shield things. Also, gonna move a little bit to the side. Make it a little bit tougher for them. Archer will kill itself, I don't need to do anything. Right, what I need to do is spread the fire a little bit here and that'll be it. If they attack me, they'll die immediately, right? So I don't really have to worry about this fire too much. The situation might look more dangerous than it is. It doesn't look particularly dangerous.
I touch burns in sacrifice.
Yeah, the archers are dead, so only the bowman bear is even a potential threat. And he's blind, so yeah, this is done. really have long range attacks.
So, crush it like an ant!
I suppose I could summon something. Right, nice little fight. A lot of experience to be gained.
The orcs must have been after something quite valuable to have braved battle with the undead.
Must have been. We got the all-important level up. Which means hopefully the gear we're starting to get is also drastically improved. The level 7 gear wasn't that impressive. We barely got... I don't think we even got a half a dozen gears at that level. Almost no magical loot. And none of this is magical either, it's all standard gear. Healing potions, water resistance potion, no magical loot at all. I just don't get it. Usually you get a little bit of something constantly, now it's nothing. Not like it's the end of the world by any means, but just weird. Guess we'll have to go and buy stuff. I've gotten a decent amount of crafting components though, so I should be able to make another good group of items to fund our little effort here. We're playing cards. Fair enough. Sort of charged in here. Maybe I missed something. No. Okay, I'm not gonna push further inside yet. There's like 3 boss fights in this area,
I am
at
restored!
least. There's no way I can push
I
through
need
this
that.
quickly. It's gonna take time. Need a belt, crafting belt, and I don't have that. Crafting gloves. Please give me blacksmithing and crafting combo cloth. No. Right, at least I have crafting. Ooh, an attribute. This is an important choice. I want to see what's available. We have a natural 7 and an, I sort of want to go with maybe strength and intelligence 8 as soon as possible. Lacking intelligence is screwing me over quite often. It would still have a failure chance often of 10%, but at least that's not that big of a deal. We could go for extra body build. Or I don't think so. It's good, no doubt about that. The thing is, we could probably buff our skills substantially at this point. Especially on certain fronts, it's impossible for me to do long range fire attacks at all at this point, and we constantly want to. And the throw range of the firestorm grenades isn't enough. I'm sort of leaning toward maybe getting a geomancer too. It's not bad by now, but or man-at-arms. Depends on the skills we get, but pyrokinetic is something I could use. There's current skills available, both adept and novice level, and I have a good use for both. The thing is, I'm not sure how long that's gonna last. Hydrosophist, on the other hand, would be much more used soon. Either way, we probably want to get out of here. Can I just teleport out now? You need to be with me. Yeah. Thought as much. Air essence, but no magical loot at all. Just isn't happening for some reason. By the way, why aren't you dead? It's gonna be troublesome to transfer him or her around if I do that though. Okay, let's start with the... I need something to trade first. Some staves should do it. That'll get things rolling at least. We can do a little bit more though. But not that much actually. It's definitely... we can craft some armor pieces, that's it. I'm thinking of maybe making boots. If we could get some scrap metal, definitely. We could get decent armor class, put 9-inch nails there. We could start using ice attacks more actively. Currently it's sort of a crapshoot because I'm mostly going to harm myself with it too. Because unless I can clearly keep myself separated from the areas where the ice is being thrown, it's not a good idea to do it. Right. What we need is the needle and thread and some clothing pieces. Okay, ropes. Yeah, the ropes are starting to get close to my armor levels. That's a good sign that my armor is a piece of shit. We're also reaching the levels where I'm happy to enchant the armor at this point with the resistances. That should give me a little bit breathing room against these massive fights. I mainly would have to worry about the melee guys getting too close. Or archers. A shield would be nice, no doubt about that. Right, I think that pretty much covers it. I'm going to keep the sidekick with us this time because we have to come back here, so looks like we'll have to basically have her in the group if we want to do this particular area transition.
I should have done this from the very
And there's no fighting involved here, so it shouldn't matter in the first place. Have I actually identified all my magical loot? Probably not. This is rubbish no matter what it is. Yeah. Potentially somewhat useful boots. Oh, not usefulness. Looks like it's just mostly crap. Right. This is very rare. The low amount of magical here. Between level 7 and 8 I've maybe got like half a dozen. Maybe a few more.
Yes, good
Usually
friend.
you get massive
I'm
amounts.
quite
It
busy
might be the
fighting for
activities I've
moment,
been
but if
doing
there's
that
something
they're
you'd
bad
like to
for it.
buy, I could set all that aside for a few delicious moments.
Okay, what exactly do you have for sale? Some useful stuff. Metal scraps, yes. Scale scraps. Scale scraps can't be crafted into items, but they can be used to upgrade items. Immunity to being frozen. Well, that's a convenient thing. Immunity to bleeding. Immunity to fear. Leadership points. Nothing particularly interesting. And I'm not so sure about the scrolls either. Do I have these type of scrolls? Single of one, it lasts for 2 turns. Yeah, that's terrible. Just terrible. I might want more though, and they don't cost too much. Anything else? $5,500 still in cash. Or what exactly do we need?
My pepper. Did it sprout legs and run away?
We have been able to leverage the crafting to all that much benefit as of this moment. That's mostly because we're still in the hoarding phase of things.
Divine,
And I'm sort of iffy on where it's best to use anyway.
You don't think it's effective, do you?
That looks good. Good armor that can be improved. Immunity to fear, which is worthless. It's basically has water resistance. This is not a good armor.
Come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as
It's just purple. Purple and bad. Boots. Better armor, better fire resistance that can be boosted further. So this would be very nice when we go against Brachus Rex. Reflect melee damage as water damage. No, definitely no. I'm thinking I might want the boots. 6 extra armor, level 8 here. And the fire resistance is gonna be useful if I have no other use for this. It'll soon be very useful. 14 plus 15, so 29% extra fire resistance from a single pair of boots. Also I can... that seems like good enough. I might want to upgrade to be an anti-slippage boots. And we're making more money anyway. There's nothing particularly good about these boots. And we have enough 9-inch nails that even if we get better ones, it doesn't matter. Immunity to slipping.
Well,
I
Source
think that
Hunter,
requires a
you come to the right
lot of
place, you have.
crafting though. It's
I
not
got
something
every
that you
style
can
of
trivially
equipment to
put
fit
into
you
every
from
item.
end to
You
foot,
have to have
if
a
it's a trade
dedicated
you're
crafter
after.
in your group to be able to pull that off. The iron nail thing. Better armor. Better initiative. Good ring. Perception, fire resistance, water resistance, pickpocketing. I think I'll buy this, because water resistance and fire resistance are useful to me. But also perception and pickpocketing not really though. So basically the best bonuses of this is like the equivalent of our green ring to me. That's not all that good. It just happens to have 2 useful things. Now we're starting to get a lot more essences. Reflect damage as piercing. That's a pretty safe armor to have. Single-handed crafting initiative. Why not blacksmithing and crafting? That's a good pair of boots, isn't it? Yeah, mostly rubbish. The gloves of reflect damage sort of intrigue me, but not that much because it's melee. If it's reflect everything, that's different matter. And 21 armor isn't that good with gloves. Yeah, I've got 19. I'm confident I can do better. Do I have to spend money? That's no good. I'm pretending that I care. I don't. And we didn't have to spend money anyway. Lovely. We do have to decide what skills we're gonna take, because we have to fight spells for them. I'm thinking maybe 1 skill to 2. And my plan all along was to get to take Hydrosophis to 5, so I mean 4. So might be worthwhile to push that forward. The thing is, I'm not sure if it's a good thing to push forward now, because we're going to the areas where water using enemies, water immune enemies are. At the same time, what would I get from these? And I don't know. Attribute has to wait simply because I might be able to produce armor that's strong but requires extra strength.
You don't think it's infected, do you?
Still don't think this guy can provide me with anything useful.
Oh, what now? So, let me try Anyway, be these truths, half-truths, or outright lies, it seems to me your
That's good
business in
armor.
Cyseal is concluded.
Leadership,
Don't let
initiative,
the
and
undead
hit
hit you
points.
on the way out.
And I really don't have proper helmets at all. But leadership is sort of worthless, initiative is valuable, hit points are nice. This would be a definite improvement, direct improvement to what I have. It has extra armor and extra initiative. It's not a good one. Reflect melee damage as piercing immunity being muted. This is not a bad one, but it's also not a great one. I think we can produce the best one if we just manufacture it ourselves. "26 armor class helmet with nothing special in it. This might be the best thing to take. At the same time, sacrificing a couple of points in armor would give us leadership, initiative, and hit points. I'm sort of leading toward maybe taking the fire spells. Long range fire attacks are sort of something we want. It has to be followed by Hydrosophis though. There's really no getting around that if we take fire now. Because we have to have water by the time we meet Brachus Rex and the legion of burning undead outside. And I'm not sure. It sort of seems like we either take it now or I'm not sure if we can get them to the next level. I think we face Brachus Rex at level 9 though, so we might get there. Which would make the fire spells now extremely useful. We're going to take everything at least to 2, except Scoundrel. Just take it so we can get on with things. Alternatively, I could take another skill at the same time. I'm more or less saving for bodybuilding, I guess, but I can't spend this on there anyway. So why not just take another skill? Geomancer or Hydrosophist? Hydrosophist, definitely. It's not useful where we're going, but it'll be very useful after that. So, it's 2 novice to adept skills we can take. That's usually how it goes.
Source Hunter, welcome, welcome.
Nothing particularly interesting. 2 novice. Has to be flare, long range fire attack. Has to be. What exactly do we have on the fire front already? We might have something. I have smoke screen. But we have smoke grenades, so why the hell would I take that? Fireball. Still leaves with self-immolation. Gives you fire resistant. Burns the area around you, so that could have its uses. It's also fairly cheap to use. The thing I like about that is it gives me fire resistance for the duration. Firefly is not a horrible spell, but I don't see that much use for that. There's not a lot of choice here what to take. I suppose we could take the smoke screen now, because we already have the skill book, and why not? So, self-immolation. Don't really see all that much use for the self-immolation. But it's something I can't really do in any other way. Put a heat shield on myself and ignite the area around me in a single spell. I guess we have to pay with cash. Still, that's 4 new spells for us. A couple of traders to visit. The important part is scrap metal. That's the key to the equipment upgrade, I'm thinking. I would get a better armor though. I mean better helmet. That has to be bought. I can't craft a helmet. It's only a handful of points, but a handful of points combined will make the difference we need. Esmeralda might be a good place to look for us helmet. Also gloves. Always gloves.
Turjageta, friend.
I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
I think I'll take Blank's book still this time. There's some skills I might want to put in there, but I'd rather take the scrolls. They're more useful to me. If we get a good armor, I'm definitely up in the resistances
Dearest customer,
immediately.
I've never seen an aura so plagued by ether. Thank Astarte, I've just the earth scroll to ground you.
Immunity to blind, hit points, not particularly good. Nothing bad about it, just particularly good. We're getting a fantastical amount of fire essences. Ooh, another tormented soul. It's gonna be expensive. And then I need the water spells. 2 novice, 2 adept. Immune to being frozen. Ice shard. Not great, but I'll take it. Also on piece 4 now. But we got what we wanted, so... And money is there for you to improve your abilities. It's not... You don't get anything by hoarding it. Couple traders left, but we've got all the good parts. We might craft a couple of items, enchant them, but that's most likely it. I'll make extra equipment and potions if needed, but I need to find something truly good
The hunter
in some of these
returns.
shops.
I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth.
32 armor rating. That's an initiative. That is the best of the helmet I've seen so far. It's not amazingly good, but it's a decent bonus to what we do. It's decent armor-wise, like noticeable on its own. And initiative is a very good ability to have in general. Other than that, better gloves too. Better gloves. Blacksmithing and initiative. This would have 31. What's the price of these items? I can't afford them now. I need to make more stuff. I need about 2,000 gold worth of extra stuff. But that 2,000 is well spent money. I also need to make sure what the current best glove is. It's 19. Yeah, it's nowhere near as good as that. Okay, what to craft? Probably just a couple of armors. Doesn't have to be more complicated than that. I left a few extra instead of... because I might make boots or something, but now it doesn't seem to matter all that much. Have a decent amount of essences. Put those to use too. I could craft something if I truly want to. How about branches? Yeah, we have a ton of those. That seems like a decent thing to do. And I would like to have some money. While money doesn't really get us anything on its own, it's not irrelevant either. I can't trade everything with everyone. Having a little bit of extra money here to do some purchases always helps.
The hunter returns! I hope you are here to shop rather
I
than
am here to
sleuth.
shop, yes. $1,500. Yeah, we are already at 41% physical resistance, even though we have the shitty gear on. I can massively increase my physical protections. Also need to apply some elemental essences immediately. This is not gonna last us forever, but maybe a couple of essences plus emerald, I mean the ruby. That should do it. I don't expect anything from the last shopkeeper, I just want to make sure it doesn't have anything special. We are looking for things like immunity items. I think I bought something that provides immunity to being frozen, for example. Yeah.
Oh, my good man. Drink,
It's almost no use now, but in Hyberheim, it's more or less guarantees that I can always function. None of the enemies can screw me over.
How
I also have a
gratifying
slow
to see
immunity,
you return.
although in a
You
terrible
are
item,
quickly
but I
becoming
still
my
have it.
favorite customer.
Maybe a belt. Doesn't look like there's anything interesting here, which is just fine. Right, so what we need to do now is check the armor situation. I might be able to actually make better boots too. Did I take the boots for... They're for the fire resistance currently. Which means they more or less have no real purpose. They're somewhat useful, but they're not critical. So if I can get a higher armor class benefit, that would be better at the moment. It's resistances and protection from arrows that we're concerned about. That's it. I don't know if this uses blacksmithing or crafting though. It uses an anvil, but I'm going with blacksmithing because there's an anvil involved here. Crafting without it, that probably is mostly crafting. Smith hammer, anvil, yeah, I'm guessing that blacksmithing. We should see it pretty much immediately. Armor first. Pretty straightforward job. There's two types though. We want the one that provides armor, not the magical benefits. Yeah, 70. This is the weaker one. 80. 72. The boots. This might be the same. We want the one with the armor, not the one with the magical benefits. It's gonna be a piece of crap benefit anyway. 26 armor. Not sure if that's all that good. Crafted armor I think is improved by design, so you can't have a upgrade armor to increase the armor rating anymore. Thought armor you can do that. Right. Now we have movement bonus. 8 better armor. Better movement bonus than the previous armor. 31. We did not get a new pair of boots, did we? No. So this is just inferior to what we already have. So the fortifying padded leather boots and fire resistance are actually very good. No complaints. So what are we gonna add to these? We need higher crafting value, I think. Maybe, possibly. What's our resistances now? Fire good, water okayish, poison okayish, everything else non-existent. And when I say okayish, I mean that there is some resistance added, and that's about it. So, ruby. Plus 12% resistances, so not even 15. Don't care. It's probably... I don't care, it's good enough. Now we want to add similar things to other items. 45% physical damage reduction, and some resistances all around, excellent. I would like to add resistance to other items. This helmet seems good enough, so I think that's another one we should improve. We could I'm not sure, could we put another ruby there? I'm sort of looking for fire and water resistance at this one, so I sort of think ruby might be a waste. Bit too much. Simple essence would do the job. And rubies are much rarer than these. You can buy these every few hours maybe. Water and fire. There are other abilities they probably are using, but this is what we need in the coming hours. Fire is respectable, and we haven't particularly tried to buff it up. This also means I can use fire attacks a lot more carelessly. Telekinesis 7% fire resistance is sort of terrible. Immunity to being frozen might not be a horrible thing, because if there are water using creatures, there's gonna be ice thrown about. Telekinesis and Lore Master. Lore Master and Initiative. Another ring could certainly be viable. Water resistance and hit points. Fire resistance and hit points. In fact, intelligence plus telekinesis might not be bad because it would improve my chance with the spells. I think I'll bring my strength to natural 8. Currently, I couldn't wear this armor if I lose the weapon. We can improve the weapons, but these are so low level, I don't think it would make really much of a difference. And we, strictly speaking, don't need it. Right. Things are looking okay. I suppose I could add resistances to the boots. There's also a decent pair of boots. Fire resistance and water again. Fire resistance is there, would be the important part though. I'm not so sure about the water. But might as well. It'll can't do it. So you can't do it with boots. I suppose that makes sense. You can certainly do it with a sarong. And this was a good resistance sarong to begin with. "62 fire, 46 water." We do have resistance increase in potions too, and fire can easily be upped a little bit. So this is by no means the best we can do. I'm still keeping an eye out for certain type of items though. We don't need the super fire resistance now, we are gonna need it in maybe a level though. So eyes open. Eyes open for interesting gear. Right. I think that's it. Don't need to craft anything anymore. We do have blank scrolls, I suppose. How many? Not that many. No point wasting my time on those, unless I... Do I have crafting 5? Crafting 5. I would have to make new scrolls. And I don't really have a use for the essences either anymore. Not in these numbers, at least. I might hold on to a couple constantly, but every time we go over that, I could make them into scrolls. I don't really have any use for earth essences, really. Let alone air. Okay, that's enough to maybe see if we got something good. 4... yeah, it's 10. Maybe a couple witchcraft added to that. Which reminds me, do we have voodoo dolls? No, I used them and they were very, very nice. Oh, for God's sake, can't you put the correct item there? I need to buy more voodoo dolls. We should have enough ingredients to be able to produce the pixie dust needed. Right. We are more or less expecting maybe a single decent master level spell out of these scrolls. Well, nothing amazing. Fingers crossed. Rain. Ooh, deadly spores. This is a good poison attack. Creates a surface of poison, thus immune to more damage. Multiple projectiles. Yeah, very pleased with this. Very, very pleased. Oil. Poison dart. And poison shield. Nothing amazing, but still solid stuff. No complaints really. Crap. Never used that as a spell. Ooh, invulnerability. 100% chance to set invulnerable status for 2 turns. So I cannot see how this would not be amazing. And Soul Sap. Another lowers all of the target's powers and resistances for 2 turns. Primary attributes decreased by 2, bodybuilding willpower abilities are decreased by 5, all the elemental and physical resistances are decreased by 50% for 4 action points. That's how much this scroll costs, so holy shit, these, as many of these as possible. This is a boss killer scroll. How much range? 16 meters, so you can use it at long duration, dump a massive amount of heavy spells on it. Probably later on when we have more action points though. But yeah, this has been a fantastic scroll creation session. Sort of crap ability, but sometimes proven to be useful. Same here. Earth. Ooh, lightning storm. Creates a lightning storm that randomly picks 8 to 10 targets and deals 53 to 55 air damage. The good thing about this is it lasts for 2 turns, so it doesn't just hit targets, it'll keep blasting them, and on the next turn keeps blasting them. It causes a stun, so I don't think this does not attack allied units. So more or less in a mixed fighting situation, we could play the hostile group out of the fight for 2 turns, and mostly even kill them if they have air weaknesses. So, fantastic spell. Sort of rubbish, but could be useful. And sort of rubbish, but we use these from time to time, simply for the teleportation ability. So I would rate this probably the best scrolls creation section I've had so far, by far. By a huge margin, in fact. Yes, do we need to do anything else? Maybe sell some of the excess crap away. And go into fighting gear to see where our stats actually are. Got a dexterity bonus, which means our sneak abilities have a higher chance of succeeding. If I would upgrade my weapons with dexterity, it would be 100% chance. But they're not good weapons to begin with. Maybe the speed and initiative weapon. But strength +1 is just terrible. And the belt. A better belt. Bodybuilding and initiative. Yeah. So, initiative is massive. 16. Good resistances. 54% physical damage reduction, so above what we would really even want. Nice. Want to sell the extra crap away. The extra crap is like a handful of items. So any kind of shopkeeper will do it. This has been very, very productive. More or less we've acquired abilities that I can see getting us through a lot of boss fights.
Well,
The sort of only iffy part is not that is this
Get to the
good
point.
stuff, but rather to what extent do I need to hoard them, and to what extent I should just use them outright. And I don't know. The horror scenario usually is that you just hold on to the abilities and never use them. At the same time, I don't have a perfect memory of what the game offers as opponents, so I can't exactly just dump it all away just because there's an opportunity to do something. At the same time, I'll just hate myself if I sit on the abilities and struggle with long fights when I could have just used a scroll and walked through it. So I don't know. I think I'll do this. The hailstorm we need for Brachus Rex, so I'm not using that before we get through Brachus Rex. Just no way. I want to hold on to the lightning storm because nothing else does that. Nothing. It works in a very different way than the others. So if we get into a fight where we have to escort someone or protect them, I think we should use that. The end boss fight of the entire game is an exception that'll be immune to air, so there's no point hoarding these things that long. But there's a couple of escort missions I can already think about, and there's a fight between the orcs and the barbarians at some points. Hopefully we can get more scrolls, so I don't have to hoard a single scroll there. But what I'm saying is, until we get to those points or we get additional scrolls, I want to hold on to this. The rest is sort of, I don't particularly care. The Deadly Spores is a good spell outright, so if we get a good chance to use it on something other than complete trash, I'll take it. I think same with the Earthquake, although this could be another one that could serve the purpose of the Lightning Storm Scroll. It buys you time and does a lot of damage, so it can turn a tide in a fight in your favor. But Deadly Spores, I don't see why I wouldn't use this. If we get a opponent that has a decently capable and has a poison weakness, or has some kind of opening in their resistances for poison, I don't see why I wouldn't use it without hesitation. That's the plan.